along with you. Solon was victorious in game number 1, 4-3 the final score. They came back in the bottom of the 9th inning to score 2 runs to the Hawks, 4-3 to take game 1. Game 2 just about to get underway. New pitcher coming up for Solon to start off game 2, and the Hawks as well, as McKenna Miller will be in the circle for Solon here in game number 2. She has a 4-1 record. This is her 7th start on the season. 38 innings pitched. She has an ERA of 3.68, 12 walks, and 30 strikeouts on the season. Opponent's batting average, .220. First batter she will face will be Caitlin Mangold, as the senior center fielder will lead off here for West Delaware, as Mangold in game 1 was 2 for 5, as she stands in here to lead off game number 2. Other than that, it's very similar around the outfield and defensively for Solon in the outfield. Taylor Ryan, Bryn Hanrahan, Haley Kleesner in the outfield. Across the infield, Madison Rogers, Taylor Moore, Tara Lance, and Jaden Jeter. And, of course, Jeff Hike behind the plate for the Spartans. In the first pitch underway at 8:45. Game 2. That should be about 6th inning by now, shouldn't it, Swish? Some nights. Be past my bedtime here, as the first pitch is a strike. 0-1 on Mangold, as the 0-1 from Miller is going to be bunted up in the air over to Madison Rogers over at third base. Is going to be out number 1, and that'll bring up Heidi Yankovic, the Hawks senior second baseman, 2 for 4 with an RBI in game number 1. As Yankovic will stand in here, 1 away, top of inning number 1, as that RBI in the first game, Yankovic's 9th of the season. As the first pitch here is going to be taken for a called strike 1. Again, another quiet umpire here on the strike calls. As you can hear him just a little bit, but very quiet until the arm comes up. The 0-1 from McKenna Miller to Heidi Yankovic is popped up in the air. Hike is going to have a shot at it, as the umpire could not get out of the way quick enough. I hate to talk about him when he's right here in front of me, but he could not get out of the way soon enough.
It's a helpless feeling.
It is, as Hike could not come up with it. It was in and out of her glove, but Yankovic with new life here. 0-2, the count on her, with 1 away here in the top of the first. As Yankovic chops this one foul left side, gets fouled. Rogers gets chased and gets the ball back in, and we'll do it again. 0-2 here on Yankovic. Just underway, first inning. Hawks and Spartans. Solon took game 1, 4-3 in 9 innings. Hawks looking to rebound here in game 2. The 0-2 to Yankovic from McKenna Miller is high. She lets it go, gets away from Hike, and it's going to be 1-2. After that game 1, the Hawks now 11-2 on the season. Solon, with the win, is 9-2 on the year now.
And both the same East Division record in the conference of 2-1. Solon overall 6-2 in the one, 5-2 for the Hawks.
Yankovic puts this ball out into left field. She'll reach with a single, as giving chase with Taylor Ryan, but she could not come up with it, and it'll be a 1-out single for Heidi Yankovic, and that'll bring up Malia Georgian here with 1 away, top of the first inning, as Georgian stands in here, 1 for 5 in game 1 for the Hawks senior catcher, as she stands in here with 1 away and a runner Yankovic at first.
It's cooled off here. 70 degrees now. Feel like temp of 68. Winds out the northeast at 4 miles per hour. As a snap throw down, getting back in safely is Yankovic. Might have to get a sweatshirt, a little pull over top before this night's done here as we're nearing the 9 o'clock hour.
I'm going to have to suffer because I didn't bring any of that. As the first pitch to Georgian swung on a miss, 0-1. The 0-1 is swung on a miss as well. 0-2 the count with 1 away here to Malia Georgian. Again, in game 1, Georgian 1 for 5 in that game. Reached base three times, excuse me. A single and reached on 2 errors. As she awaits the 0-2 from McKenna Miller. Swung on a miss, strike 3. And Georgian is down on strikes for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Peyton Lindauer. As Lindauer stands in here for the first time in game 2. Game 1, she was 1 for 5, had an RBI. The first RBI of the game for the Hawks back in the first inning of game 1. As she will stand in here with 2 away and a runner at first base, and Heidi Yankovic Top of the first inning, no score between the Hawks and the Spartans. As the first pitch from Miller is going to be in there. It's going to be taken for a ball. 1-0 the count on Peyton Lindauer.
Solon winning game 1, 4-3 in 9 innings. They are now 10-4 in the last 14 meetings since 2011 in the series against the Hawks.
The 1-0 is taken high by Lindauer. 2-0 the count on Lindauer, the Hawks sophomore third baseman. As we await the 2-0 from McKenna Miller in her 7th start of the season. This is going to be popped in the air right side. Coming over and making the catch is Jaden Jeter for out number 3. The Hawks get a hit, but they do not score. We go to the bottom of the first. Hawks 0, Solon coming to bat. You're listening to Hawks softball from KMCH Sports.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
In sports as well as banking, numbers mean everything. Athletes strive for excellence during competition. F&M strives to exceed clients' expectations. Whereas athletes and teams focus on the score, F&M focuses on the success of our valued clients, one relationship at a time. F&M Bank, the right choice. Member FDIC.
At Georgian Auto in Manchester, their approach to auto repairs is simple. Fix it right and get you back on the road. From tires to transmissions, they fix it all. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Call 563-927-3682 to schedule an appointment. Manchester Family Vision Center wishes all the local sports teams best of luck this season. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
Back into Solon, bottom of the first inning. Hawks and Spartans, no score here. Again, Solon taking game 1, 4-3 in 9 innings. And coming up to lead this thing off for Solon is Bryn Hanrahan. And the first pitch to her is taken for a ball. 1-0 the count as Hanrahan in game 1 was 3 for 5. As she grounds this one to Demmer out short, and she throws off the base, pulls Taya Demmer off first base. So had a chance to get it. That's an error on the throw by Claire Demmer. So he's 6 there. And that is going to bring up McKenna Miller, the pitcher of record here for the Spartans. As Kleitch comes to work quickly, the first pitch is taken for a ball. 1-0 the count. They still have the last count up on the board, so it is 1-0 on McKenna Miller with the runner out at first base. And the 1-0 is taken outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. As Macy Kleitch, her 6th start of the season, she's 5-0, 45 and a third innings pitched. As the 2-0 is taken outside for a ball. 3-0 the count now on McKenna Miller. As 34 strikeouts on the season for Macy Kleitch, an ERA of .62. Opponent's batting average against her is a 171 as the 3-0 is taken for a called strike. 3-1 the count now on Miller. The 3-1 is going to be in the dirt low for ball 4. So quickly, there are 2 aboard here to start this first inning for Solon. Runners out at first and second, and that's going to bring up Jess Hike. For the Spartans, we're going to get a courtesy runner for the pitcher Miller. This is going to be Monet Barnhouse on to run for Miller. Saw her run in game number 1. And she's in here as a courtesy runner out at first base for the pitcher, McKenna Miller. As standing in is Jess Hike. As the first pitch to Hike is taken outside for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Hike reached on an error in the 7th inning in game 1 and was thrown out at the plate as the Hawks able to send it to the extra innings, and then losing in the ninth. And walk already so far in this ball game. Solon took 3 walks against Klosterman in that first game, and 2 of those were in the bottom of the ninth. And one of them came in to score the winning run as 1-2 to count now.
After a 1-0, 2 straight strikes to Jeff Hike, 1 called, 1 swinging, and the count is 1-2. Nobody out here, bottom of the first inning, no score. Hike fouls this one off. I believe that got off a Georgian and the umpire, as the count will hold at 1-2. And in that game, you mentioned Hike reaching in that game as she hits this one off the glove of Kleitsch as Yankovic goes over and tags the runner, tags Monet Barnhouse, as it was a forced play at second, but Yankovic couldn't get there in time. But it'll move the runner to third. That'll be Hanrahan, as Hike is on with the fielder's choice to see if we have another courtesy runner. I believe they're going to let Hike run for herself there out at first base. So runners at first and third with 1 away here, as the batter is Taylor Moore.
And the ball up there for 1-0.
As she shows bunt, that's Taylor Moore. And she pulls back and takes a ball. 1-0 the count. Again, runners on the corners here for the Spartans. Hike, the runner at first. Bryn Hanrahan, the runner at third. She shows bunt again. And they're going to do a snap throw to third. Not in time, as back safely is Hanrahan.
Moore walked twice in game 1. She walked one of those walks in the ninth. She came around to score the 4th and winning run in that 9th inning.
Yeah, 0 for 3 in that ball game, as this one is a called strike 1. 2-1 the count as the runner second base. No throw there. So she goes to second on the catcher's indifference. And the count is 2-1. One more. She shows bunt, keeps it out there, and comes up empty. The count is even now 2-2. Again, 1 away here. Bottom of inning number 1, still scoreless here between the Hawks and the Spartans. The Hawks stranded a runner on first base in the first inning. Solon here with runners on second and third with 1 away. Moore swings late and misses for strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning. Nice job there by Macy Kleitsch, her first strikeout of the game, and that brings up Madison Rogers, third baseman for Solon. As Rogers, that last game, was 1 for 3 with a home run. As she chops this one up the middle, Demmer comes across from short. She throws on the first and gets the out for out number 3. So the Spartans strand 2 at second and third. They do not score. We go to the second. It's Solon 0, West Delaware 0. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Why make 10 calls when you can make 1 call to Mormon Insurance, a member of People's Insurance in Manchester, and get the best quote from 10 different companies on your auto, home, and farm insurance? You can depend on Mormon Insurance for fast, friendly service and quality coverage. Call Kathy or Rachel today at 927-2263. Mormon Insurance, a member of People's Insurance in Manchester.
Since 1995, Edgewood Feed Mill Construction has provided customers with a quality, pre-engineered building package for their swine facility needs. Edgewood Feed Mill Construction is a general contractor and will assist you with the construction of your livestock facility, start to finish. For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
This is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors in Independence with Chevy, Buick, and certified pre-owned Chevy, Buick, and GMC, and nearly 300 new and used cars and trucks in stock. We have big town inventory with small town service. Go to DunlapMotorsIndy.com.
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware turnoff. Precision Collision. One call does it all. Quality guaranteed.
Back into Solon, along with in-studio producer Darby Washington, Jamie Vasky, John Swisher back with you. We go to the second inning, still scoreless between the Hawks and the Spartans. Here in game number 2 against Solon, winning game 1, 4-3 in 9 innings. As the Hawks
bring up Macy Kleitz to start this inning as Macy is pitching here in game number 2. Worked out of a jam in that first inning. Great job by her as she stands in here and faces McKenna Miller. And the first pitch is taken for a ball. 1-0 the count here on Macy Kleitz. Macy Kleitz in game 1 went 1 for 2 in that game. 2 sacrifice bunts in game 1. Stands in and awaits the 1-0. That is going to be inside. 2-0 the count on Macy Kleitz, the Hawks freshman pitcher here in game number 2. And she has a perfect 5-0 record coming into tonight in the pitching circle as the 2-0 is going to be taken for a called strike. 2-1 the count on Kleitz. In game 1, lasted 2 hours and 18 minutes. And a very thrilling game 1. As Kleitz swings and misses at the 2-1, it's even 2-2 now on Macy Kleitz. And in game 1, the Hawks got on the board in the first 2 innings and led 2-0. Solon came back, tied it at 2. As the 2-2 to Kleitz is fouled away, it'll remain 2-2. Solon came back and tied the game. Hawks took a 3-2 lead in the 9th inning. Solon came back with 2 runs to win 4-3. The 2-2 to Kleitz here is going to be popped up in the air right side. Moving over is Jeter, and she will make the catch for out number 1. Second straight pop up to Jaden Jeter over there at first base, and that'll bring up Claire Demmer, a Hawks sophomore shortstop. Stands in here for the first time here in game 2. She was 1 for 3 in game number 1. As she stands in here with 1 out in a scoreless ball game here in the top of inning number 2. This one's going to be fouled out of play by Claire Miller. The senior was terrific last year, 22-5 for that team that finished third, 34-10 in Class 3A. She is the senior daughter of head football coach Kevin Miller here at Solon. As the 0-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. 0-2 the count here on Demmer with 1 away here in the top of the 2nd. Miller set for the 0-2. This one popped in the air right over the top of us, and the count will hold 0-2. Here with 1 away in the top of the 2nd. The Hawks still looking for their second hit of this game, too. Heidi Youngvik had a single in the first inning as this one's low, ball 1, so 1-2 the count. A good battle here by Claire Demmer, fighting off pitches, staying alive, and now she's got the count 1-2 here against McKenna Miller. Miller works very efficiently out of the pitching circle. And she's set for the 1-2. Is going to be fouled out of play once again. So the battle continues here between McKenna Miller and Claire Demmer. Seen some pitchers this season really take their time in the pitching circle, take their time going around it. But we saw Emily Kolstrom and both Macy Kleitz work very efficiently. And here McKenna Miller does the same here as the 1-2 is low, ball 2. So the count is even at 2-2. Good job by the Hawks killing that first inning momentum as they were riding on a momentum train with the Spartans. So big deal there, I think, for Solon not to get anything in the first. As Demmer hits this one on the ground left side, Taylor Moore up with it. She throws it away, and it hits Hannah Cole in the first base coach's box. I'm going to say E6 on the throw. That was a real too close of a play, but Demmer is aboard with 1 away, and that'll bring up Joanna Voss, the designated player here for game 2, as Voss was 1 for 1 as she came in and pinch hit in the 8th inning of game number 1. And she laced a single to right center field. And she stands in here with 1 away and a runner on first in a scoreless ball game. First pitch to Joanna Voss is taken for a called strike. 0-1 the count here on Voss, the sophomore DP here for the Hawks. She earned herself this chance to hit in game 2 after that nice base hit. This one's popped up left side. Moving over is Madison Rogers, and she will make the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Taya Demmer, as Claire Demmer still out at first base. With 2 away now in a 0-0 ball game here in the top of the second inning, and Taya Demmer comes to the plate. She was 0 for 4 in game 1. As she stands in here for the first time in game number 2. The first pitch from Miller, swung on a miss, strike 1, 0-1 the count on Taya Demmer. Again, Taya Demmer, the sophomore for the Hawks. Cousin Claire Demmer out at first base. After reaching on an air with 1 away, now 2 away, and the 0-1 is taken for a ball. 1-1 the count on Taya Demmer. As Miller back into the circle. Over there, Jess Hike awaiting the pitch call from Coach Jim White. And the pitch is off speed. Chopped to the left side. Up and over is Rogers for out number 3. The Hawks strand 1. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 0-0. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank, with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton. Your vision is our primary focus.
Anderson is the leader in doors and windows. They set the bar high with high-performing, dependable, energy-efficient products for your renovation and building projects. Contact your local vendor, Delhi Lumber, at 922-2404 for all of your window needs. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson Windows dealer, big-town quality with small-town service.
Jay's Auto Supercenter has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
To the bottom of the second we go. Still scoreless between the Hawks and the Spartans, and due up first is Taylor Ryan. And she stands in here. The first pitch, she attempted to bunt. It was pulled back. It was called a strike. This one she goes after. It's 0-2. And this time she bunts at third base side. And Peyton Lindauer throws this one low. And Taya Demmer can't come up with it. It'll be an error on the third baseman, Lindauer, on the throw. She threw that one low in the dirt. Demmer couldn't handle it. And there's one on. Now with nobody out, Tara Lance comes to bat as the second baseman. Comes to bat here is Lance, the senior. She did attempt at that one as a snap throw by Georgian is not in time. So 0-1 the count as she attempted at that one, did Tara Lance. Lance in game number 1 was 1 for 4. She had an RBI in that game 1. She stands in here an 0-1 count, nobody out. The runner, Taylor Ryan, is down at first base in a scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the second. She shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's a called strike 2. So 0-2 the count on Tara Lance. I wonder what determines where Coach White stands on the field. He's out in the outfield grass. I've seen him all before. I've seen him all over the place. Is this 0-2 is taken outside, ball 1-2 the count. He's very rarely in the coaching box, but he's been all over the place, and he was just in the outfield. Now he's kind of working his way in. And right back out as Kleitch comes set for the 1-2. That's high for a ball. 2-2 the count now. You see that more in baseball with third base coaches back and out when there's a pull hitter up, but there's really no, I'm not sure if there's a method to why he stands that deep, if he can see the field better or what.
The 2-2 is fouled away. and the count will hold 2-2.
But
it could be a distraction technique. You never know.
Yeah.
Someone could be saying, what's he doing out there? Like me. I'm not paying attention now.
The guy that's in his 23rd overall season, 974 wins. He's 18th on the all-time list.
So the bunt is down third base side. Lindauer up and over, and it's dropped by Demmer. She had it. Demmer had it. And moving up to third is Taylor Ryan. Moving to second is Tara Lance. As I thought the throw was there. Demmer couldn't come up with it. Now an error on the first baseman. And there are runners on second and third. Nobody out here. And the batter is going to be Jaden Jeter.
Time is called. Georgia just throws off her glove and her helmet, hustles out to talk to Macy Kleitch here with runners on second and third, nobody down.
As the freshman first baseman for Coach White and the Solon Spartans was 2 for 4 with an RBI in game number 1. She stands in here with nobody out, runners on second, third in a scoreless ball game in the bottom of inning number 2. As the first pitch from Kleitch kind of slashed at. She kind of showed bunt, pulled it back, and took a half swing. And it's going to be a strike. 0-1 the count here on Jeter.
Now Coach White takes time. We'll have an offensive conference with Jeter here.
Yeah, you know, I was going to tell you before that last hit, I'm not going to argue with the guy, like you said, that has 23rd season and the amount of wins that he has. I'm not going to – he can stand out in the outfield along the fence if he wants to. Whatever. We're not going to argue with the guy. As the 0-1, Jeter steps out again. This has been a long 0-1 as Jeter awaits the 0-1, swung on a miss, strike 2. 0-2 the count now on Jeter. As she stands in here, Kleitz looking for the first out of this bottom of the second inning at Solon. With runners at second and third, they stranded 2 back in the first inning, and this one is swung on and missed for strike 3. So the first out here by Macy Kleitch is a big one, and that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter for Solon and Haley Kleesner as the right fielder.
And it looks like we're going to have
and already Coach White is going to go with a pinch hitter. And it will be,
let's see number yet. Here it is, 19.
Number 19 is going to be Kayla West, the pitcher from game 1, the winning pitcher of game 1. So here in the second inning, Kayla West, I'm not sure she batted in the first game, did she?
No.
So she stands in here as a pinch hitter here in the second inning with 1 away, runners on second and third. And she shows bunt. She slaps at it, but comes up empty. 0-1 the count on Kayla West. And so far, the Hawks with 3 errors, 2 in this inning, have put runners on second and third. As Macy Kleitch trying to work out of a jam here. She has 1 away. The 0-1 pitch to West is bunted foul. And nice job there by Malia Georgian to hop and get that one as she throws it back in. 0-2 the count now on Kayla West. As 1 away now. And Taylor Ryan, the runner at third for Solon. Tara Lance, the runner out at second base. And the 0-2 from Kleitch is going to be high for a ball, 1-2. Almost the deal you wondered if Kayla West, it's a good pitch by Kleitch because her first 2, she looked like she was bunting at anything or attempting to bunt at anything, and she pulled the bat back on that one. And the count is 1-2 as the pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. So second out of the inning, 2 strikeouts as she again attempted a slap bunted at that pitch. And it gets by her for strike 3. So just like that, there's 2 away, 2 strikeouts on the inning for Kleitch. And she's trying to work out of this second inning jam. And we're back to the top of the order, and Bryn Hanrahan stands in. The first pitch to her is taken for a called strike 1. Nice pitch by Macy Kleitch. Hanrahan reached on an error by Claire Demmer back in the first inning, but was stranded at third base. The 0-1 swung on, chopped, and Macy Kleitch sticks her glove out. She gets it.
She get back in time.
And we got it. Throws on to first. A high throw to Taya Demmer. but Demmer comes back down on the base and recovers for out number 3. Again, Solon threatens but do not score. We go to the third. It's West Delaware 0, Solon 0. You're listening to Hawk Softball from KMCH Sports.
Hi, this is Jamie Vasky at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Your family.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Back into Solon. We're top of the third inning. First pitch. First pitch to Allie Martin is fouled back. The count is 0-1 on the Hawks sophomore right fielder. The 0-1 is going to be taken outside for a ball. 1-1 the count here on Martin as she stands in for the first time in this game. She was 1 for 4 with an RBI in game number 1. We're here in the top of the third inning. Hawks and Spartans, game number 2, still tied at 0. As Allie Martin awaits the 1-1 from McKenna Miller. Off-speed pitch. She swung on and missed. 4 strike 2. So 1-2 to count on Allie Martin. For the Hawks, no runs, 1 hit, 3 West Delaware errors. For the Spartans, no runs on no hits, and they have an error as well. As Martin awaits the 1-2, again getting the pitch selection in from Coach White over at third base. It's going to be low for a ball, 2-2 the count here on Allie Martin.
Check of the Major League Scoreboard. Cubs beating the Miami Marlins top of 7-4-2. Yankees trailing Boston 5-3 in the bottom of the 8th. White Sox beating Tampa Bay 3-1 bottom of the 8th.
Dodgers haven't started, but they're losing as well.
They will be.
As the 2-2 swung on a miss.
Actually, they have started. They are losing 1-0. Top of the first for the Nationals.
That's always. I forgot how late it was.
A shame. Yeah, it's past 9:10.
That's right. First, so that's going to be out number 1 as Martin down on strikes, and that'll bring up Caitlin Mangold as she stands in here. 0 for 1 in this game. Popped out to the third baseman her first time up. As she waits the first pitch here from McKenna Miller. As this one's going to be called a ball outside. 1-0.
Cardinals lost today, 13-1. Lost it by the Reds in Cincinnati.
So Mangold awaits the 1-0. It's driven up the middle. A base hit for Caitlin Mangold, and she's on with 1 away here in the top of the third. As Heidi Yankovic stands in here, she's 1 for 1 in this game. As she reached on a single in the first inning and was stranded at second. She also had the go-ahead RBI single in game 1 that put the Hawks up 3-2 in that game. Of course, Solon coming back with 2 in the bottom of the ninth to win that game 4-3 as Yankovic punts this one. It goes foul, picked up by Madison Rogers in foul territory. And we will reset. The count is 0-1. Again, scoreless here in the top of the third, 0-0. And Yankovic will dig back into that left-handed batter's box and await the 0-1 from McKenna Miller. And she bunts it and bunts this one foul. As it will be 0-2 now on Yankovic. As one away here in the top of the third inning, mangled the runner down at first base. And Yankovic, the batter, the 0-2. Swung on, hit out in the left field, coming in, charging hard as the left fielder, Taylor Ryan. It gets by her. Mangled on her way to third. She's going to be held up there as the throw is in. Mangled to third, Yankovic to second. On a one-out single by Heidi Yankovic.
So the hit and the error by the left field, another error in this game. And the Hawks are in business here with one down at the top of the third.
So second and third, mangled at third, Yankovic at second, and that's going to bring up Malia Georgian. As Georgian stands in here, 0 for 1 in this game, struck out swinging her first time up. As she awaits the first pitch, can be taken outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. So 1-0 the count on Georgian. Again, in game number 1, Georgian 1 for 5. She reached base 3 times in that game, however. And her courtesy runner scored the first run of the game. The 1-0 is high, ball 2, 2-0 the count. I really like the patience Malia's showing in this at bat. Getting herself into a nice hitter's count here with a 2-0. As she's awaiting the 2-0 from McKenna Miller. And it's going to be outside, ball 3. So 3-0 the count. Probably a red light here for Georgian as there's runners on second and third with only one away, and Peyton Lindauer working in the on-deck circle. As Georgian takes this one for ball 4. So there will be a Hawk at every station here as Georgian works the walk, and that should bring out Eve Wedewer. And it will. So Wedewer will head out to first base as a courtesy runner. And that'll bring up Peyton Lindauer. As Lindauer stands in here, 0 for 1 in this game. She was 1 for 5 in game 1 with an RBI single in the first inning. And she stands in here with a chance to bring home this game's first run. While we got a second, want to wish a very happy 86th birthday to John Turn today. As John made the trip down here to Solon. As this one's driven out into right center field. One run is in. Yankovic rounding third. The throw is in, and she should be safe. She was under the tag, but she is called out.
The foot was in before the high tag, always high, but you usually see that call, and the umpire good on it.
As that is a nice throw out there from center field by Bryn Hanrahan for the second out of the inning. Wedewer will move up to third base as Lindauer to second on the throw home, but an RBI single for Peyton Lindauer, and the Hawks lead this game 1-0. And the batter is Macy Kleitsch, and Coach White out to talk to his pitcher, as will come out and have a chat with his senior pitcher, McKenna Miller. But John Turn, 86 years old, one of the most loyal Hawk fans you'll find, has some family sitting over there with him tonight.
That's right.
His family's from this area.
Usually see him, no matter where the game's at, on the road or at home, especially in Manchester. And John, one of the nicest guys around. He is a huge Hawk fan that any sport, he's pretty much there if it's West Delaware involved.
I'm not sure there's a sandwich he hasn't tried at any venue, and we'll have to get him one at our next home game as the first pitch to Macy Kleitsch is taken for a called strike. 0-1 the count on her with 2 away, and the 0-1 is swung on a miss, strike 2. So 0-2 the count on Macy Kleitsch. Runners at second and third. Eve Wedewer, the runner down at third base, running for Malia Georgian. Peyton Lindauer, who just had an RBI single, is out at second base. in the 0-2 to Macy Kleitch. Swung on him in the air. Going to get foul and out of play, so the count will hold at 0-2. As Kleitch digs back in, she's 0 for 1 in this ball game. She was 1 for 2 in game 1 as she had 2 sacrifice bunts in that game number 1. And she awaits the 0-2 from McKenna Miller. Swung on right back at Miller. It's off her glove. She doesn't have a play. I think after it hit her, it kind of rattled her a little bit. She's going to be a single by Kleitch, as that's going to be an RBI single by Macy Kleitch, as Lindauer will move to third on the play. And the Hawks will take a 2-0 lead here in the top of inning number 3. And as they come out and they tend to McKenna Miller, as looked like it might have got a piece of her bare hand.
And they want her to take a couple pictures so here to make sure she's all right. Coach White coming out. With 2 down. Hawks have scored twice. Runners on first and third in this top of the 3rd inning. She appears to be okay. I think she's going to take another one.
As a 2-0 West Delaware lead.
She's warming up all over again.
This she is, the 4th hit of this ball game for the Hawks.
She's good to go.
As Kleitch, I'm not sure if she should get a courtesy runner as well. And it looks like it's going to be Megan Hofer coming in for the Hawks. It will be. So Hofer will come in as a courtesy runner. So Megan Hofer running out at first base for Macy Kleitch. And the batter is Claire Demmer. Claire stands in here 0 for 1. She reached on an error her first time up and was stranded at first. And in game 1, Claire was 1 for 3 and scored a run. As umpire going to clean off home plate. As again, that ball deflected right off of McKenna Miller. And by the time she picked it up, might have had a chance on the play at first, but looked home to try to get the runner Lindauer.
She did look a little dazed and looked like she forgot the situation. But it was the fact she was a little
shaky. Driven out into left field. That's going to get over the left fielder's head off the base of the wall. 1 run is in. On her way to third is Hofer. She stands into third on an RBI double by Claire Demmer. And the Hawks take a 3-0 lead here in the top of inning number 3.
Claire saw that pitch she liked, and she jumped all over that one. And it sprung off the bat into left center field. And a big hit for Denver, and another big run for the Hawks here to get up 3-0 early.
And they still are in business as they've got runners at second and third, and Joanna Voss is the batter here as she stands in here for the second time in game number 2. And the first pitch from Miller is going to be chopped left side. Up with it. Can't come up with it. Madison Rogers throws over. Still gets her in time. Still has time to get her at first for out number 3. But the Hawks put up 3 runs here in the top of the 3rd. We go to the bottom half. It's West Delaware 3, Solon 0. Listen to West Delaware softball on Mix 94.7 KMTH.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at ForBrown.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Back into Solon, bottom of the third inning. Hawks lead it 3-0 after 3 runs in the top of the third inning. We're here in the bottom of the third, and the first pitch to McKenna Miller is fouled away. 0-1 the count. As McKenna Miller stands in here, she walked her first time up, and her courtesy runner, Monet Barnhouse, was tagged down at second base as the 0-1 is going to be taken for a ball. 1-1 the count. So the count is even here on McKenna Miller, the pitcher of record here in game number 2. And the 1-1 is going to be high, leaves it upstairs for a ball. 1-1. Kayla West, the winning pitcher for the Spartans in game number 1.
There goes your blanket.
Well, you're right. Line shot into left field off the glove of Peyton Lindauer, but that is a leadoff single for McKenna Miller as that ball was a shot.
Yes.
Lindauer just had enough time to stick her glove up in the air, and that ball was past her and into left field, and now it's going to be Monet Barnhouse in for Miller, as Miller's been on base twice now. And coming up is Jess Hike. She reached on a fielder's choice her first time up, so 0-for-1 in this game. As Hike awaits the first pitch from Kleitch. It's going to be low for a ball. 0-1. Hike, you mentioned her reaching base 3 times in that first game. She was 0-for-5 in that game. As the 1-0 is swung on a miss, strike 1. That'll even the count at 1-1. In the Hawks with 3 runs in the top of inning number 3, lead this game 3-0. As we're here in the bottom of the third, Kleitch, the 1-1, swung on, chopped up the middle, and it's going to get through past the diving Claire Demmer. And it's going to be back-to-back singles for the Spartans, and there's runners on first and second here with nobody out. And looking back at the first 2 innings, Swish, why not? As the Spartans stranded 2 in the first 2 innings, stranded runners on second and third back in the first, stranded runners on second and third in the second inning. They have them on first and second here. First pitch is low for a ball. 1-0. The count on Taylor Moore. As Moore, the sophomore shortstop here for Coach Jim White, a very young infield for Coach White, as this 1-0 is going to be fouled as Taya Demmer gives chase, but will not get to it. The count is even 1-1.
Hawks need to try to cut this down right here. Don't want Solon to answer with a big inning after he just scored 3 to take the lead in this ballgame. As the 1-1 is going to be called strike 2, so 1-2 the count. Now my blanket is leaving. Yes.
As 1-2 the count here on Taylor Moore from Kleitch. Swung on, hit right side. Yankovic up with it, goes to Taya Demmer, and they get their girl out number 1 as the runners move up to second and third, and 1 away here, and Madison Rogers stands in. As Rogers stands in 0-for-1 here in game number 2. As again, Rogers hit that home run in game number 1. She was 1-for-3 in the game with an RBI. She stands in here 0-for-1 in this game, and the Spartans trailing 3-0. And the first pitch to her is a ball, 1-0. Runners at second and third. Monet Barnhouse, the courtesy runner, out at third base. Jess Hike, the catcher, down at second base. As Rogers calls pass for time, chops this one left side. It's off the foot of Peyton Lindauer. She couldn't come up with it. An error on the third baseman brings home the first run of the game for the Spartans, as Taylor Ryan will now dig in. Tough play over there by Lindauer, just couldn't come up with it.
It was, and she probably thought about the footsteps of that runner at third as well. And this is what you didn't want to happen, but Solon's such a good team. With a long ways to go in this ball game, you're going to have to play good softball here to knock this team off and to get the split with them. And 4 errors, they're going to have to clean it up defensively. As tough as that play is, you just can't be making these errors against this team. And so they're going to take advantage of them, you would think.
Absolutely. As pinch runner down at first base, that's going to be Callista Hossel.
It's snap throw down by Georgian on the shown bunt, pulled back. And the runner went from first to second on the fielder's indifference. It was a strike called as Georgian snapped it down to third, where Lindauer was playing up the line as the runner got back into third.
The 0-1 is swung on a miss. Strike 2. So 0-2 the count. Runners on second and third. Again, Jeff Ike, the runner at third. Kalista Hossel, the runner down at second, the pinch runner. Bunted at, she went. Yes, she did. Strike 3 for out number 2.
The Hawks can take advantage there. It's a big mistake for Ryan. I think that pitch was high as she just was not able to pull back on that running slap hit attempt. She let it go, but did not pull back with the battery out there.
4th strikeout of the game by Kleitz, and this one to Tara Lance is taken for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count here. 3-1 is our score in favor of West Delaware. We're here in the bottom of the third inning. Solon threatening here. Runners at second and third, 2 away. As she swings at that one, and it's going to be 0-2. Because again, that slap hitting, they're not pulling the bats back, and they're just continuing to try to bunt at these. And they're coming up empty. So 0-2 the count. So nothing too good here if you're Macy Kleitz, and this one's grounded left side. Lindauer up and over for out number 3. And the Spartans get 1. It's 3-1 West Delaware. We go to the 4th. You're listening to Hawk Softball from KMCH Sports.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
The victory is yours at Victory Ford.
Hey, this is James Halverson, Service Manager at Victory Ford in Dyersville. Our service and parts team at Victory Ford is dedicated to keeping your car in tip-top shape. And our sales department makes buying a car easy and hassle-free. Stop out to Victory Ford in Dyersville or online at victoryfordonline.com. Good luck, athletes and coaches.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Along with in-studio producer Darby Washington, Jamie Vaskey, John Swisher back with you from Solon. It's 3-1. West Delaware leads it here. We go to the top of the 4th, and Kaya Demmer set to lead off for the Hawks. As Demmer awaits the first pitch here from McKenna Miller. That's in there for a ball. Close pitch there, but it's going to be taken for a ball. 1-0 the count. Demmer 0 for 1 in this game so far. This is her second trip. She was 0 for 4 in game 1 as McKenna Miller set to deliver the 1-0. Swung on a miss, strike 1. The count is even 1-1. Again, here in the top of the 4th, Hawks leading 3-1.
Hello to all our loyal listeners out there who turned the TV sound down are listening to us as our coverage partner 9.2 televising the games here tonight. Picked a great night. Top 10 matchup.
Chopper back to the pitching circle, and McKenna Miller throws it away. As Demmer will be on first after the air from McKenna Miller. The third air of the ball game here for the Spartans. and Allie Martin digs in. As Martin stands in here 0 for 1 in this game. She was 1 for 4 with an RBI in game 1. Stands in here, nobody out. Runner at first base is Taya Demmer after reaching on the air. Hawks leading 3-1 here in the top of the 4th. As Martin awaits the first pitch. And it's pop bunted in the air, and it's going to get down. So new life here for Martin. She went up after a high pitch and tried bunting it. Third baseman Rogers almost with a chance to come up with that catch. But it falls to the ground. The count will be 0-1 here on Allie Martin. Gotta love those loyal listeners, John, that really enjoy listening to us that much. As Martin bunks this one up in the air, it's going to go foul once again. Count will be 0-2. We have a few of them that just take a lot to keep them away from their radio, hugging their radio, listening intently all the time, I'm sure. Absolutely. Well, why wouldn't you? When you get to tune in and listen to some West Delaware softball and baseball and area baseball this week, get to tune in and hear great sports coverage and listen to high school sports throughout the season as the 0-2 to Martin is taken for a ball. 1-2 the count now. On the sophomore right fielder for the Hawks, Taya Demmer out at first base. Here with nobody out. Top of inning number 4. Miller. And this one's going to be off of Miller's glove. A hard hit by Martin, a line drive, and she's on base with a nobody out single off the glove of McKenna Miller. And the Hawks will turn over the order here. And it is going to be Caitlin Mangold, but I believe we are going to have perhaps a pinch runner out at second base for Taya Demmer, and I believe that's going to be Ava Wynn. It is. Ava Wynn will be the pinch runner, not a courtesy runner, a pinch runner for Taya Demmer here in the 4th inning. So the Hawks looking to get some speed on the base path in the form of Ava Wynn. As Caitlin Mangold will stand in here. She's 1 for 2 in this game. And the first pitch to her is bunted back to the pitcher, Miller. She picks up, throws on the first, and gets her girl, throws on to the first baseman over there, Jeter. So now runners at second and third on the sacrifice bunt by Mangold. So 1-3 put out there on the sacrifice. And it's going to be Heidi Yankovic standing in here, as Yankovic 2 for 2 in this ball game, as she has 2 singles, 1 in the first, 1 in the third. A chance with 2 runners on and in scoring position. Here she goes up the middle with it. It's going to be caught. It's going to be not a double play, as we'll try to wrap this off of the glove of McKenna Miller. Caught by Taylor Moore. A diving catch by Taylor Moore had everybody off their bases, including Allie Martin. They tried throwing back to Martin, but Martin gets back in as the throw got away from the second baseman Lance on a 1-6 pop up there for out number 2, and there's still runners on second and third with 2 away. Great play there by Taylor Moore.
Fantastic diving play by Moore. Hawks just not able to take advantage of it.
Georgian takes the first pitch, swings right side. It's going to be Tara Lance making the catch for out number 3. The Hawks threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's West Delaware 3, Solon 1. Listening to Hawks softball from KMCH Sports.
Peace of mind. That's what high-tech communications can provide for you with a security system and video surveillance system for your business. You may also be eligible for a discount on your business insurance. Doesn't it make sense to see what high-tech communications can do for your business? High-tech communications, changing your world with technology.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
At Telke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as the great incentives at TelkeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Telke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point.
Back in bottom fourth, Hawks leading 3-1. And we mentioned John Turn's 86th birthday just as he's getting up to make the trip back to Manchester. Getting a little late in the evening for John, as it's 9:45, I believe, at the last I checked. Yes, it is. As he's heading back home, and got a nice rendition of Happy Birthday as he left. So well-deserved for John Turn, as 8-9-1 due up for the Spartans, and this one is going to be fouled off of Jaden Jeter.
Indeed, John on his way out, hoping to catch the birthday cake store before it closes, I'm sure. Get some cake.
And eat it, too.
That's right. What else would you do with it?
0-1 the count here. Jaden Jeter, she chops it to the shortstop. As Claire Demmer up and over to Taya Demmer for out number 1. So one away here, and that's going to bring up, we'll see who it's going to bring up. As it is going to be Kleesner. She re-entered. As Kleesner re-enters here, and she's going to hit, as hitting in the first inning was Kayla West. She struck out, and Kleesner stands in here. Her first time batting here in game number 2. And the first pitch to her is high for a ball, 1-0 the count. With one away here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Hawks lead it 3-1. The 1-0's taken for a called strike 1. 1-1 the count, as Clyde's doing a great job, and she has worked out of some jams, as the Spartans have left 2 runners on in every inning here so far. As the 1-1 is popped foul off the backstop, and the count will be 1-2. And I believe in every inning they have left runners on in scoring position, second and third, the first 3 innings here. As Kleesner stands back in and awaits the 1-2 from Macy Kleitch. And it's going to be off the outside corner, so the count will even up here, 2-2, with one away here in the bottom of the fourth. It's Kleitch with 4 strikeouts to this point. And she chops this one right side. Yankovic up with it. She throws on the first for out, number 2. So quickly there are 2 away here. And that's going to bring up the top of the order, and Bryn Hanrahan. She stands in here as she is 0 for 2 in this game. She reached on an error in the first inning and grounded out to Kleitch, the pitcher, her last time up. And the first pitch to Hanrahan is going to be taken for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count on Bryn Hanrahan. As Kleitch again working very efficiently here. Brings the 0-1. Inside, ball 1. The count is even 1-1. The Hawks with 3 runs on 7 hits. And this one's shot, line drive. Line drive, and it's going to be caught by Lindauer over at third base. And that will do it for the 4th inning. We go to the 5th. Hawks lead at 3-1. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
For more than 80 years, GMB has lived its mission to help customers achieve their financial dreams. Supporting the communities where you live, work, and play is important to us because that's where we live too. It's where we provide great service, sound advice, and solutions to meet your financial needs. GMB Bank, member FDIC.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building, and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
At Dupaco Community Credit Union, we know debt happens. A debt checkup from Dupaco ensures it's not costing you more than it should. With historic low interest rates, now is the time to bring your loans to Dupaco. Contact us at 563-927-6187 or visit dupaco.com.
When the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
We're back in the fifth inning. John Swisher, Jamie Vaskey, along with studio producer Darby Washington, back on East Main Street in Manchester. Hawks lead this game 3-1. 3 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors. For Solon, 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 errors. As the first game went to Solon, as the Spartans winning 4-3 in 9 innings. 1-1 to count here to Peyton Lindauer. She starts the top of this fifth inning. Kenna Miller inside the circle for Coach White and the Spartans. There's a strike. Dropped off the table on the outer half for strike 2, 1-2 to count. Swinging through it was Lindauer. Peyton got a hit to center last time up and scored in the third. She popped out for the first baseman Jeter back in inning number 1. The 1-2 is outside, too far. We're even 2 balls and 2 strikes with Macy Kleitch waiting in the on-deck circle. Hawks are 11-2 after the opening game loss. Solon's 9-2. Solon ranked third. Hawks number 7 in Class 3. There's a slow roller left side coming on. Shortstop Moore up and over. Just gets the hustling Lindauer down the line. 6-3 ground after the shortstop out number 1. And it brings up Macy Kleitch now, as Kleitch, an infield hitter last time at the third, popped out to the first baseman Jeter back in inning number 2. We'll have area baseball for you tomorrow night. There's ball downstairs low for ball 1-1-0 the count. Bill, Logan, and I will be in Edgewood as Edco and Mac Valley getting the area baseball doubleheader tomorrow night around 5:30. Ball downstairs there. A scoreboard update. So entertaining.
No, just a comment from an old buddy of yours.
A loyal listener.
No, not a loyal listener.
Oh, great.
Someone from up in that broadcast booth.
Okay.
They thought it was your birthday they were singing.
Oh, yes.
And it's an old colleague of yours, I believe.
It is. Bob Bruce. Worked with him for a few years. Another radio station. There's a ball inside off the plate. Ball 3-1 the count with 1 down. He always enjoyed my passion for Cubs baseball as a Twins fan.
Oh, okay.
We always went back and forth on that. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Macy Kleitch. 1 away. 3-1 Hawks lead, top of the fifth. This one's fouled back up. It's the top of the fence and bounds back down. The catcher, Hike, will retrieve it. Hawks will have 2 games tomorrow night at home at Sill Field against Marion. Ball fouled back to the fence again. And then 4 games Friday and Saturday at the Jessup tournament. This weekend. 1 out, 3-2 count to Macy Kleitch. 3-2 on the way, and it's a ground ball right side foul. Picked up and foul ground by Jeter.
Tell you what, that took a heck of an effort for Kleitch to foul that one off. She swung way late on that, but was able to get a piece of it to foul it off. So great battle here by Macy.
That's 3-2. There is a ball off the plate inside. Kleitch will take the walk. That's the second walk given to West Delaware's offense here in this game by Miller. And Claire Dimmer now will stand in. She's reached base their last two times on an error of the second. They hit the left and a run batted in back in that 3-run third inning, their last time up.
Megan Holt for the courtesy runner for West Delaware out at first base for Macy Kleitch. Again, you mentioned the RBI by Claire Demmer. The Hawks had 3 straight RBI singles in that that third inning where they scored 3 runs. Of course, Claire Demmer was one of those. His first pitch to her swung on a miss for strike 1 as Demmer drove in the Hawks' second run of the ballgame.
0-1 the count. Showing bunt, pulling back is Demmer. And taking it high for a ball. Should be 1 ball and 1 strike here in this top of the 5th inning. 1 out, 1 on. 2-run lead for the Hawks, trying to get this split here tonight after falling in game 1, 4-3 in 9 innings. Both teams have a 2-1 WAMAC East Division record now. The Hawks will have on the other tougher teams in the conference on the road in Dyersville against Beckman on Monday night. After the weekend tournament, there's a ball scattered into center field. High archer into the glove of Halloran for the fly out to the center fielder for out number 2. Brings up Joanna Voss now. Voss, the designated player, popped out to the third baseman Rogers her first time in the second. Rounded out the last time in the third. Stands in here with the runner on first, 2 down. Top of inning number 5. 3-1 Hawks with the advantage. Voss lays off that one upstairs. Shoulder high pitch for ball 1-1 and 0 the count. No games on Thursday night for either West Delaware baseball or softball. Gives fans and community members a chance to get out to Penn Oak to say goodbye to Mike Morrison. Going away party at 6 o'clock at Penn Oak on Thursday evening. There's another ball upstairs for ball 2-2-0 the count. Mike will still be around till early July with his duties and coaching freshman baseball as well. On-time teacher and coach, heading down to Liberty, the new Liberty High School in North Liberty, part of the Iowa City Community School District, of course, starting after July, as there's a strike taken by Voss. 2-1 the count, as 28 years, from 1989 to 2017, that baseball coach, Hall of Fame baseball coach, from 93 to 2013, 530 wins for Coach Morrison. Thursday evening, starting at 6 o'clock out at Penn Oak. Come on out and say your best to Mike and wish him well. 3-1 now the count. And pitch downstairs there as Voss will stand back in.
Or your worst.
Yeah, he'll probably take both. He'll take that too. It'd be more entertaining and funny than that way. There is a strike on the inner half. Thigh high, full count, 3-2. But we both enjoyed working with him throughout the years. You've known him longer than I have, but a good guy in high school athletics. Ball back right side for the count to stay 3-2. You had him as a coach and a teacher. Sure, he's taught you a lot along the way.
And I tell you what, one of the things he said to me on varsity that I'll never forget is, some days you're the dog, some days you're the hydrant.
There's strike 3 right above the knees. Right down the middle of the pitch, and Voss takes it for the looking king. We got the bottom of his 5th. So 3-1 Hawks, West Delaware softball, KMC.
Great food and great fun with friends. That's what's waiting for you at Beaver's Lounge in Manchester. Check out their Thursday night bucket of wings special and Friday night fish special. Beaver's also has a different lunch special every Monday through Friday. Beaver's Lounge on the corner of Main and Madison in downtown Manchester. Leave it to Beaver's to show you a good time.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
Our local sports teams build strong programs by mastering the fundamentals of the game. Our F&M Bank team has also built a strong foundation on mastering the fundamentals in banking, where a handshake goes a long way. You are provided clear-cut solutions to your financial questions, where you are greeted by name. This is the F&M Personal Touch. F&M Bank, the right choice, member FDIC.
At Georgian Auto in Manchester, their approach to auto repairs is simple. Fix it right and get you back on the road. From tires to transmissions, they fix it all. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus.
John and Jamie back with you. Bottom of the fifth inning is here. And the Hawks have a 3-1 lead. This one's blasted off the bat behind the home plate fence of McKenna Miller, the pitcher of record here for Solon. Got to hit the left and scored her last time up. As Miller will stand back in 0-1. This one is swatted right back outside the circle. Turning and firing his pipes. Put a 1-3. Put out number 1. Jess Hike will stand in now. Any more Mike Morrison memories you'd like to share?
Well, no, not
sure. Quite a few will come on. Come on, get me on the air.
Come on Thursday.
Probably not. Well, yes.
I don't think the FCC is going to be tuning in Thursday.
No, we will not be broadcasting live. But that would be entertaining, I think. I bet. That would be at Howard Stern type radio.
Well, I tell you what, just the last week here in Manchester, speaking of Mike Morrison and West Delaware Athletics, some of the things, he continued to make progress here. Is 2 new scoreboards up this week, and then one of them was Sunday. I mean, people coming in on a Sunday, getting the new softball scoreboard up, which will be put to use for sure tomorrow night. And then the baseball one, I don't think they had a scoreboard for part of game 1, but I drove by in game 2, and the new one was working then.
And there's a grounder left side. Demer up and over for the 6-3 ground out for out number 2. That's right, over the weekend, Mike Morrison and volunteers, parents helping him out, and that's what takes support of other people. Mike will be the first to tell you he can't do it alone. He couldn't do it alone, and that'll be the same for the new AD, Matt Weiss, when he takes over reign. But it takes great community support. West Delaware has certainly always had that. There's a ball, misses the zone. 1-0. The count to Taylor Moore. She's 0 for 2. Struck out her first time, grounded out her last time. 1-0 is hit on the play, right side. And we're even. 1-1.
Say what, with just the athletic director duties that Mike's going to have, we'll probably see him more than we do now, with just not having all of the assistant principal and other duties that he has to take care of.
Down the right side, Yankovic, no issues with that one, with the toss to Jimmer, and we go to 6 as 3-1. West Delaware. Jamie back to take you the rest of the way. Hawk softball, KMCH Sports.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Call 563-927-3682 to schedule an appointment. Manchester Family Vision Center wishes all the local sports teams best of luck this season. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes. Why make 10 calls when you can make 1 call to Mormon Insurance, a member of People's Insurance in Manchester, and get the best quote from 10 different companies on your auto, home, and farm insurance? You can depend on Mormon Insurance for fast, friendly service and quality coverage. Call Kathy or Rachel today at 927-2263. Mormon Insurance, a member of People's Insurance in Manchester.
Since 1995, Edgewood Feed Mill Construction has provided customers with a quality, pre-engineered building package for their swine facility needs. Edgewood Feed Mill Construction is a general contractor and will assist you with the construction of your livestock facility, start to finish. For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
Grandma's blanket. Back into Solon. We go to the top of the 6th. Hawks lead at 3-1. 8-9-1 due up for the Hawks here. Taya Demmer set to lead it off as she stands in and awaits the first pitch from McKenna Miller. It is taken and swung on a miss for strike 1. 0-1 the count on Demmer. As Taya 0 for 2 in this game. Grounded out to third her first time up, reached on an error by the pitcher her last time up, and was stranded at third as she awaits the 0-1 from Miller. That's going to be taken high for ball 1-1 the count. The Hawks with the 3 runs on 7 hits and 3 Solon errors. Solon with 1 run on just 2 hits and 4 West Delaware errors. As Demmer awaits the 1-1. Swung on, chopped back to the pitcher's circle. It's Miller up and over for out number 1. And that will bring up Allie Martin, Hawks sophomore right fielder, as she stands in here 1 for 2 in this game. Martin struck out swinging in the 3rd. Reached on a single and was stranded at 2nd in the 4th inning. Digs in here with 1 away, top of the 6th inning, and the Hawks leading 3-1. As Miller set with the first pitch to Martin, then it's swung on a miss, strike 1, 0-1 the count. And this game started at 8:45. As it's 10:04 now here, and this one's fouled away. Count will be 0-2.
After 9 innings in game 1, Hawks lost 4-3, 2 hours and 16 minutes in that one. The previous extra inning game for the Hawks, 12 innings back in the first week of the season against North Scott, lasted 2 hours and 29 minutes. Only 13 more minutes and 3 innings longer.
The 0-2 is taken low for a ball 1-2. I guess we deserved this one. We got the 12-inning one at home. This one we have to make that trip. But of course that was what, North Scott?
Yes.
I'm not going to complain too much. This one, Martin checks her swing. I don't think she meant to check her swing, but it's going to be fouled away, and the count will remain 1-2.
And they had to do that on a school night. That was the night before the last night of school for the Hawks anyway. I believe North Scott got out the same day.
1-2's driven out into right center field, coming on and making the catch. Great catch is Brent Hanrahan. As a running catch by Hanrahan coming in. That's a tough play. And that is the 2nd out of the inning, and that'll bring up Caitlin Mangold. As Caitlin stands in here 1 for 2 in this ball game. She popped up to 3rd her first time up, singled and scored in the 3rd, and had a sacrifice bunt back in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 for Caitlin Mangold as she stands in here with 2 away. Top of the 6th inning, Hawks leading 3-1. Mangold drives this one out into left center field as it's just over the shortstop Taylor Moore's head. And Mangold is aboard with her 2nd hit of the ball game. And that's going to bring up Heidi Yankovic, who's having a great night at the plate. 2 for 3 in this ball game. She was 2 for 4 with an RBI single in game 1. So a great night here by Yankovic so far as she stands in with 2 away and a runner at first. And a Hawk 3-1 lead. As the first pitch to Yankovic's taken for a called strike. I tell you what, looking at not a lot of stolen base attempts tonight for the Hawks, but credit that to Jess Hike as she has thrown out all but 1 base runner that she has thrown out this year. As this one is swung on a miss for strike 2. So 0-2 the count on Yankovic. In the Hawks with a 3-1 lead. And the runner Mangold down at first base. The 0-2 from Miller. Swung on, chopped left side. This one's going to be picked up in foul territory by Madison Rogers on the 3rd base side. And Yankovic stays alive. It's still 0-2.
Check of the scoreboard. Major League Baseball, the Cubs getting the win. Tonight, it's final at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Cubs over the Miami Marlins, 10-2.
The 0-2 to Yankovic. Swung on, chopped left side. Rogers up with it, throws on the first, and in time gets her girl for out number 3. So the Hawks don't score. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 3-1. West Delaware leading. We're back after this on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
This is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors in Independence with Chevy, Buick, and certified pre-owned Chevy, Buick, and GMC, and nearly 300 new and used cars and trucks in stock. We have big town inventory with small town service. Go to DunlapMotorsIndy.com.
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all. Quality guaranteed.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Benton. Your vision is our primary focus.
Anderson is the leader in doors and windows. They set the bar high with high-performing, dependable, energy-efficient products for your renovation and building projects. Contact your local vendor, Delhi Lumber, at 922-2404 for all of your window needs. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson Windows dealer, big town quality with small town service.
Madison Rogers grounds out to Macy Kleitz to lead off this bottom of the sixth inning. Hawks leading 3-1 here. As we are here in the bottom of the sixth, Taylor Ryan up now for Solon. And the first pitch for Macy Kleitz, a slap bunt attempt by Ryan, is taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Again, just a little chopper back to the pitching circle. Kleitz picked it up, through on the first for the first out. This one's popped in the air. Kleitz reaches up and grabs this one. Just about got out of her glove there, but she comes up with it for out number 2.
This is exactly what the Hawks need here. Don't let Solon do anything in their sixth inning with the bottom part of their order here, as they'll get them out 5, 6, 7, and they'll have 8, 9 to 1 coming up in the 7th is what you hope.
This one's bunted by Lance. She's not way too speedy, as we saw that in game 1. As the infield bunt by Tara Lance. I believe Tara Lance is the one who beat out the game-winning RBI over at first base. As she gets that one down, and there's still 2 away here. Hawks leading 3-1, bottom of the sixth inning. Lance, the runner, out at second. Wouldn't be surprised if she went here just to put some pressure on the Hawks. This one's chopped back to the circle. Kleitz up and over, a high throw, but Demmer comes back down with it. And that is the 1-3 put out for out number 3. We go to the last inning. Hawks lead at 3-1. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Jay's Auto Super Center has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Hi, this is Jamie Vasky at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Back into Solon. Top of the 7th inning we go. Hawks leading 3-1. And 3-4-5 due up for the Hawks here in the 7th inning. Malia Jordan will watch the first pitch from McKenna Miller in there for a ball. Low for a ball, 1-0. The count as Jordan stands in here, 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out in the first, popped up in the fourth, and walked and scored in the 3rd inning. As this one is taken for a ball. It's 2-0 on the Hawks senior catcher.
Talk about how tough the WAMAC conference is. Latest rankings from the Union last week. Solon number 3, CPU number 6, West Delaware 7, Beckman 10, and Mount Vernon 11. 4 of those 5 East Division teams. So what a competitive East side it is going to be down the stretch here this year's verse. Still just the early part of the conference season. The ball there, 2-1 to count.
As this one's driven out into right field, it's going to drop down for a base hit. So Georgian on with a leadoff single to start this inning. Her first hit of this ball game. As her second hit of the night. As I believe it's going to be Eve Wedower will be the courtesy runner for her. And she's on first base with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Again, the Hawks leading 3-1. And Peyton Lindauer coming to bat here for the Hawks. She's 1 for 3 in this ball game with an RBI single in the 3rd.
3 area teams ranked besides the Hawks. Beckman and Cascade comes in number 15 and 2-8.
And this one's bunted down by Lindauer, picked up by the first baseman Jeter, and she throws over to Tara Lance at first. So a 3-4 put out there for out number 1. That's a sacrifice bunt for Lindauer. And it's going to bring up Macy Kleitz, the Hawks freshman pitcher. She stands in here. She's 1 for 2 in this ball game. Had an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Popped up to first baseman in the 2nd. Walked back in the 5th inning. And the first pitch to Kleitz here is taken for a ball. The runner out at 2nd is courtesy runner for Malia George, and that's Eve Wedower. Hawks leading 3-1 with 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. As Kleitz stands in, the 0-1 fouled straight back and off the left shoulder of Macy Kleitz. And all she can do is laugh about it. As she's okay. As our home plate umpire will clean off home plate once again, and we're set with the 0-2 to Macy Kleitz. Again, McKenna Miller not pitching a bad game here. The Hawks do have 8 hits in this ball, 9 hits now in this ball game. As Kleitz hits this one in the hole between short and left, and he gets by the left fielder. 1 run is in. That's Wedower. She will score on an RBI single by Macy Kleitz. So an RBI single, her 2nd of the ball game for Kleitz, as she goes to 2nd on the air by the left fielder. And that is the 2nd air. That is the 2nd air on Taylor Ryan. As the courtesy runner for Kleitz out at 2nd is going to be Megan Hofer, and standing in is Claire Demmer with 1 away. And it looks like Miller wants a fresh softball. Credit the offenses putting the ball in play, being very aggressive here tonight, but I am surprised by the amount of errors we've seen in these games. 7 in this game. We had 2 on the Hawks in game 1 and 2 on Solon, so 4 in the first game. First pitch to Demmer here is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Hawks lead 4-1 here. And Swish, I got to agree with you there. Is looking across, looking at the infield of Solon, that's a young infield. Same with West Delaware. There's some young players all around. As the 0-1 to Claire Demmer is going to be taken outside, and Hofer is going to go as the ball gets away from Jeff Hike, and she's going to make it to 3rd. Really, on the wild pitch, as Hofer will go to 3rd. Really pleased to see the Hawks come back like this in the nightcap, now trying to hang on and get the split, but the way they lost game 1 was a tough one, but they shut them down in the first couple of innings, did the Hawks. Solon could not get any momentum. Hawks struck the scoreboard first with 3 runs in the 3rd. And so really nice to see this team bounce back in the 2nd game after a tough way to lose a game 1 in 9 innings by a run. Absolutely. This one, the 1-1 fouled straight back on Demmer, so the count is 1-2 on the Hawks sophomore shortstop with 2 away here, and the Hawks leading 4-1 in the top of the 7th. Demmer fouls this one straight back again, so the count will hold. Solon coming up here in the bottom half of the 7th have 9-1-2 up in their batting order. As Miller set for the 1-2 on Demmer, that's taken for called strike 3. I'm sorry, that is the second out. There was 1 out. So Demmer down on strikes, so she's caught looking for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up Joanna Voss. As Voss stands in there with 2 away, runner at third is the courtesy runner Hoper. And Voss stands in here 0 for 3 here in game number 2. As this one's fouled away by Joanna Voss. The count is 0-1. Joanna in game 1 was 1 for 1 in that game as she was a pinch hitter in the 8th inning. Drove a ball out into right field, was stranded at first base in that game. So Joanna 1 for 4 on the night, stands in and awaits the 0-1 pitch from McKenna Miller. As this one's outside, good eye by Voss there. It's 1-1 here with 2 away. In the top of the 7th inning, again, the Hawks with 1 run in here already in the 7th. They lead it 4-1. As Voss will stand in and await the 1-1. And it's going to be taken for called strike 2. 1-2 the count on Joanna Voss. The designated player here for the Hawks sophomore designated player. And McKenna Miller set with the 1-2. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Nice fight there by Joanna Voss as she keeps this ball and stays alive. The count holds at 1-2.
For Solon, in the bottom of the 7th, they are slated to have 9-1-2 due up.
This one's fouled off to the right side, out of play. Heads up, Mark. As the count is 1-2 still on Joanna Voss.
You would have caught that?
Of course. And Miller delivers. Swung on, foul ball. As that one's foul. As that one just foul out of the reach of Madison Rogers.
Those are always tough ones. Fun for an umpire to spoil the erupting crowd. I had one of those today.
Yeah. It's probably the wrong call, too, right?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I still need to get to a game that you're umpiring. I'm not umpiring with you.
No, you don't.
1-2 count on Joanna Voss. 2 away here, top of the 7th inning. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And the Hawks are done here in the 7th. But they add 1. They lead 4-1 here in the top of go to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Back in Solon, we go to the last of the 7th. Hawks leading 4-1, and Solon has 9-1-2 due up this inning. As the first one up is Haley Kleesner, as she watches this one go by for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count on Kleesner. As Bryn Hanrahan, the leadoff hitter, waits on deck. As this one, the 0-1 is taken for called strike 2. 0-2 the count now on Kleesner.
as Kleitsch working on a 3-hitter here so far in this ball game. Takes the 0-2 and a ball to Kleisner is going to run the count to 1-2. This one's fouled back. That bat made a funny sound when she hit it. It didn't sound like a wooden bat. It did. Might not be anything left of it when she gets back in there. As the count will hold at 1-2. As Kleitsch, that's going to be called strike 3 on that outside corner. So a backwards K there for Kleisner, and we go to the top of the order, and Bryn Hanrahan stands in here. As Hanrahan 0 for 3 in this ball game, after she went 3 for 5 in game 1. First pitch to her is taken for called strike 1, 0-1 the count. So Macy Kleitsch with that strikeout, her 5th of the ball game. This one's driven out in the left field, but it's going to go foul. As Vasky will give chase and get it back in. The count will be 0-2 on Hanrahan. Like you said, Swish, the Hawks, what a great way of coming back in this game, too. After the way game 1 ended, it would have been real easy for them to just lie down and kind of sulk about that game 1, but they did a great job of fighting back here as Kleitsch gets set to deliver the 0-2 to Bryn Hanrahan. Swung on, chopped left side, under the glove of Lindauer and Claire Demmer. It's a 1-out single for Hanrahan. That's going to bring up McKenna Miller. Perfectly placed, and this is what the Solon team can do. Get on and move them around. The Hawks are going to have to stop another rally here as they lead by 3. So 1 on, and Miller up to that here. And the Hawks leading 4-1. As Macy Kleitsch will take back in here. And the first pitch to McKenna Miller is taken for a call. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. Really like what Kleitsch has done in this game, really getting ahead on these batters, going right after him as the 0-1 is taken high for a ball. And the count is even 1-1. Here with 1 away, the bottom of the 7th, Hawks with a 4-1 lead. A runner out at first base is Bryn Hanrahan, as this one is going to be fouled out of play, and the count will go to 1-2. As we get the ball back in, as that one did get out of play. And Kleitsch will head back to the circle and deliver the 1-2 to Miller. Going to be outside, ball 2, the count's even 2-2. Here with 1 out, bottom of the 7th, last chance for the Spartans, and the Hawks trying to split with Solon here tonight. As this one's chopped right side, that will be foul ball as well. So a good battle here between Kleitsch and Miller. 7 runners left on base for Solon here in this game, too. Hawks are hoping for at least 1 more of those left on. And in game 1, Solon stranded 13 runners on base. She went off speed, and this one gets away from Georgian as it looks, and Hanrahan will go to second on the wild pitch. Lost the handle. That one did Macy Kleitsch, and that one rolled across the plate to Georgian. As this one's chopped left side, Demmer up with it, throws on the first, and that's going to be in time for the 6-3 putout. So the Hawks now with 2 outs, and more importantly, the runner, Hanrahan, had to hold at second as a nice job there by Demmer. The ball in front of her didn't allow the runner Hanrahan to go to third, so still a runner at second now with 2 away, and that's going to bring up Jess Hike as Hike stands in here, 1 for 3 in this ball game, and she's been on base twice. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first, a single in the third, and was stranded in the third. And the first pitch to Hike is outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count. As Kleitsch delivers the 1-0, it's going to be taken for a called strike 1, 1-1 the count. job of hitting the corner here for Kleitsch.
The 1-1 taken for called strike 2. So 1-2 as Solon down to their final strike here of the night.
Good job by Kleitsch, still hitting the places here. Good ball placement. Not getting Hike anything too good here.
This one's hit left side. Demmer up with it. Claire throws on to first for out number 3, and the Hawks will win game 2 as they win this one 4-1 and earn the split here tonight as the number 17 in Class 3A takes down the number 3 team in Class 3A here in game 2. So the Spartans will victorious in game 1, 4-3. Hawks victorious here in game 2, 4-1. We'll be back to wrap it up and add up our stats and hopefully talk with Coach Rave and get you on your way here on this Tuesday night as you're listening to West Delaware Softball from KMCH Sports.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team, the Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at forbrowns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and Nubiana. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
The victory is yours at Victory Ford.
Hey, this is James Halverson, Service Manager at Victory Ford in Dyersville. Our service and parts team at Victory Ford is dedicated to keeping your car in tip-top shape. And our sales department makes buying a car easy and hassle-free. Stop out to Victory Ford in Dyersville or online at victoryfordonline.com. Good luck, athletes and coaches.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Whether it's wiring, security, phone systems, fire detection, or home entertainment, Price Electric and High Tech Communications are here to make your life easier. Find out more at priceelectric.us or hightechcommunications.us. Price Electric and High Tech Communications, changing your world with technology.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
Back into Solon. Hawks take game 2, 4-1 after falling in game 1 by a score of 4-3 as the Hawks splitting tonight's contest with Solon as the Hawks again falling in game 1. In game 2 for Solon, they had 1 run on 4 hits, 4 Hawk errors. They left 8 runners on base. 5 strikeouts for Macy Kleitsch, 1 walk. And for the victorious West Delaware Hawks, they had 4 runs
on 10 hits, 4 Solon errors, and left 9 runners on base. The Hawks struck out 5 times, 5 strikeouts for McKenna Miller, and 2 West Delaware walks, as the Hawks win Game 2 4-1 in a game that lasted 1 hour and 44 minutes. Yes, indeed. And we're joined now by the head coach of the West Delaware Hawks, Tiffany Rave. That first game here tonight, what a battle with atmosphere here. You had a lot of people here, a good crowd, and this is a tournament-type atmosphere for your girls and for this setting, and 2 good programs facing off. And talk about that first game. It was give and take for a while. Got to be happy with the effort there in that first game.
Yeah, definitely. We knew it was going to be a battle. Womack team at Solon at that. We knew we were going to have to come out here in their home field, and they were going to be ready to go. And that's just what it was. And, definitely was not disappointed in our efforts in any way, shape, or form. I think, when it comes down to it, we had our opportunities offensively and defensively throughout that entire game. And I think tonight we learned that against a good squad like Solon, got to take advantage of those opportunities. And so definitely learned a lot about ourselves in Game 1 tonight.
Yes, indeed. And we were impressed with the momentum factor. You didn't let them carry that into Game 2. You able to get rid of any momentum they had early on there and shut down their rallies. And then you guys got 3 runs first in this ball game in the 3rd inning. Take your own momentum to set the tone. That was really important to see early on in that second game.
Yeah, like I said, I think the girls, we came into tonight knowing it's going to be a battle. And we're going to lose in either game. We got to be ready to go. And we talked about that in between games. As we learn from it, we move on from it, and we go get Game 2 because we have an opportunity here to play another great ball game. And I think they did a good job of that. First inning, you always wonder if we're going to start a little sluggish, and we didn't. We got ready to go right away, made some adjustments at the plate, and got it done.
And talk about in Game 2, even in Game 1, you guys defensively did a great job of battling through that adversity. Again, you had 4 errors, I think, in Game 2, and for the girls to keep coming back and stranding those runners on the bases really showed the grit that they have to fight out of those situations.
Yeah, a few focus errors, I think, is what they were. Little things that we just had to settle down a little bit, relax, and make some plays. And so I was glad to see as the game went on, we settled in, we got rid of that stuff, we made some huge clutch plays, and Claire at short made some fantastic plays up the middle for us tonight. And so for the girls to really come together, pick each other up, and find a way to get it done, that was really good to see.
Taking advantage of the errors on the other side of that Game 2 was a good thing to see as well. So this is definitely a good confidence builder to get this split here tonight as you head back home for Marion tomorrow night, and for the Jessup tournament this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow night I just told the girls Marion's going to be ready to go. We don't know a ton about Marion, but just like any Womack school, we know that every night we got to come ready to play our game, and really, really working on our starts in the games and making sure that we're ready to go from the first pitch and we're playing it to the last pitch. And so I look to keep improving on that tomorrow night and to have another great weekend with some great competition at a tournament.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time, as always. Congrats on the split here tonight. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Tiffany Rave, the head coach of the West Delaware Hawks, as Hawks get the split here tonight, losing Game 1 4-3 in 9 innings, and getting the nightcap victory 4-1 in this one, as the Hawks improve their record to 12-2 overall. They're now 6-2 on the road, 6-2 in the Womack, and 3-1 in East Division play. For the Solon Spartans, they are 9-2 now, 5-2 at home, 6-2 in the Womack East, and 2-2 in the East. The Hawks so have the first place lead as of right now in the East side of the Womack Conference at 3-1. The 7th-ranked Hawks and the 3rd-ranked Solon Spartans split here tonight as Game 1 4-3 in 9 innings. Solon, Game 2 4-1. Hawks get the victory. As tomorrow night, area baseball, Bill Logan and I will have you covered from Edco as the Vikings host the Maquoketa Valley Wildcats. Will start a little before 5:30 tomorrow night. Thanks to Darby Washington coming in on late notice here tonight. Appreciate his efforts on this long night after the first game went 9 innings, 2 hours and 16 minutes, and the second one 1 hour and 44 minutes here tonight. Long night of softball. Thanks to Darby. Thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to you, Jamie Vasky, helping out here tonight, and it was a good night for softball, and the Hawks learning some things to move on with.
Well, and you just mentioned that, turning right around and having 2 more, another Womack opponent tomorrow night, and how important that is, especially as tight as the Womack Conference is going to be. You mentioned all the teams throughout the night, especially on that east side. I think 5 teams in the Womack are ranked. 4 of them come out of that east side, so you've got to be ready to play every time you're going to come out and face Womack competition, and they get a chance, like you said, to learn from some of the mistakes tonight and turn that right around and hopefully to progress tomorrow against Marion. But I tell you what, we talk about the progress that needs to be made. They still split with the number 3 ranked team in the state tonight.
Yes, indeed. Definitely good things to take out of here tonight, and this is a very good team, which we knew, and this was a measuring stick we're looking at to see how they measured up with Solon, and good things here tonight as they split with the Solon Spartans. Our next softball broadcast will be Monday night. Jamie and Bill will have it for you from Dyersville. I believe you'll be there. Bill will be there for sure, but
I haven't got my email yet.
Yeah, you probably deleted it. As you'll be there Monday night, as we'll have baseball on the air. I'll be at Don Jenk Field at 5 o'clock on Monday night, and then we'll have West Delaware softball in game 2. I have some bonus coverage, of course, as we usually do in Womack doubleheaders on Monday night. Then we'll see the Hawks against another very good opponent, Center Pointer Banner, on the road next Wednesday night. That does it for tonight. Have yourselves a good and safe rest of your Tuesday night. So long from Solon, Iowa.
You've been listening to West Delaware Softball from KMCH Sports. Hawks Softball was brought to you by the KMCH Sports Boosters. Your announcers were Sports Director John Swisher and Bill Logan. For more information about high school sports coverage from KMCH, check out our website at kmch.com and click on the Sports tab, or email John at sports@kmch.com. This has been a local sports presentation of Delaware County Broadcasting, KMCH Radio, Manchester, Iowa.